Welcome to Queen City Cyber Consulting's channel. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Welcome back, cybersecurity enthusiasts, fellow learners, and journeys on the road of life. Queen City Cyber Consulting coming at you once again with an update. Something that should interest everybody, even though it deals with AI. Now, if you're like me, you've got Claude running on your environment, right? Or some other AI. Now, what we have here is definitely, this deals with Claude and manifold security out there. Put out a great article on Claude Bleed and how browser extensions can still push Claude for Chrome to read your Gmail and do some other things. Like down here it says the first is a working attack delivered by any browser extension. So any browser extension with a content script on Claude AI can trigger Claude to execute one of 9 prompts that can read the victim's Gmail, read their Google Docs, and view their calendar, and even create calendar invites. Very interesting stuff. Now, this was sent over to Anthropic, the company behind Clyde, back in May, or Claude, sorry, I called it Clyde. But Anthropic apparently closed both reports. And recent testing back on July 7th, which was a mere 13 days ago, showed that Claude AI is still vulnerable to these types of attacks. Now, they go a lot in depth into the technical things behind it, as you can see here. This video is not made for that purpose because it goes a little bit beyond what the actual end user is going to do. However, businesses need to be aware of this, because if their employees are using a browser extension, Claude.ai, that brings that attack vector inside the network and could allow an attacker to read corporate emails, variety of different things that could happen. Now, for the regular end user out there, there are some things you can do to help yourself not become a victim of this. So here are the risks with some simple analogies. They call it the ghost click. So imagine you have a physical safety button on your desk that says approve AI action, but there's a security flaw that allows a hacker to project a hologram of your hand pushing that button. The security guard at your desk who is watching for the button push is fooled by the hologram and lets the action through. What's the real world risk for you? Well, a malicious website could secretly trick your AI extension into reading your emails and documents in the background without you ever physically clicking anything. Then you have the sneaky backdoor, which is the URL parameter override. Imagine you have a smart lock on your front door. Usually it requires your fingerprint to open, but a delivery driver figures out that if they just write this code right here on a note and then slide it under the door will unlock itself automatically. So what is the real world risk? Well, hackers, and believe you me, they know these things already, could use sneaky web links to bypass the security questions your AI is supposed to ask you, which then forces the AI assistant to run in what they call autopilot mode. And that is all without your permission. That's just simply because of a malicious URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Those are the websites you go out and you visit from time to time. So what can you do to protect yourself? If you don't have to wait for software updates, get these habits underway. Number one, always keep ask before acting switched on in your AI browser extension. This when you install a browser extension like this, it usually comes preset in autonomous mode. And this is act without asking, or what's also called copilot mode. And it allows the AI to perform tasks automatically. So what you do is you turn this off immediately and configure your AI extension to ask before acting, or set it to interactive mode. So what this does is, if a malicious website tries to trigger this ghost click to read your emails, the AI will be forced to stop and then show a pop-up screen that asks you to confirm this action. So what you look for is, if you see an unexpected pop-up asking to read your Gmail, click deny and then close that tab, and it blocks it. Limit where your AI extensions can actually run. So again, by default, when you install a Chrome extension, it often asks for permission to read and change all of your data on all websites. That's something you do not have to allow. So in Chrome, which I'm not using Chrome, I rarely use Chrome, but in Chrome, you click the puzzle piece icon, which is the extensions in the upper right-hand corner. See up here? Extensions. So you can click on that and get there. Click the three dots next to your AI extension and look for this statement right here. This can read and change site data. Change the setting from on all sites to either on click, which is your safest option. That means you have to click the icon, or on specific sites. It'll only allow it on sites that you trust, like Claude AI or chatgpt.com, whatever. What it basically does is creates a sandbox within that AI. So if you do accidentally visit a shady website, the AI extension is completely turned off, meaning that the shady website just has no way to trigger it and set it off. And rule number 3, never trust quick setup links or shared dashboards. If an email, a website, or a friend, even a colleague, sends you a link to launch your AI tool with pre-configured settings, just be suspicious. Like I said, AI is not safe, and it is being used to breach both companies and individuals. I mean, think about it. If you use your computer to do your home banking and all that, you've saved data in your browser for financial information. They could access that. Be careful. Quick checklist for you. Takes 60 seconds to do it today. That's all it would take. Check your mode, check your permissions, and update your browsers and extensions. All you have to do is type Chrome extensions, that phrase right there, in your address bar, which is this thing up here, right there. Okay. And then click update in the upper left corner to make sure you have the latest security patches from developers. So if you're an end user and you have extensions in your browser, make sure you follow these steps and get your browser better secured so that you don't fall victim to this. Queen City Cyber Consulting signing off. And I'll link to this blog that I did put out if you need it for reference.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.